Hello, welcome back, viewers. Welcome back, colleagues. You could be a parent. You are watching this channel, videos on this channel for the first time. This is a channel where I talk about my own experiences as a social worker, and I share nuggets from my own experiences. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Hit that like button as well as the notification bell so that when I post videos, you'll be the first person to know, and you'll be able to view and share with your colleagues as well as with your family if possible. So in today's video, I'm just going to talk to you about 10 advice points which I'll give to social workers or anybody else in the social care field. It might also be helpful to anybody else even who is not even in the social care field. I'm talking about 10 advice points about money and being financially wise. Right. I'm not claiming to be a guru. I'm not claiming to be a financial advisor by posting this video, but these are nuggets from my own, everyday life and my own experiences, things that have actually sustained me this far. I might not have, it's not all of the things which I'm going to be giving you today, which I'm sticking to, but I think somebody else who is able to grab and try them out, and if it works for you, kudos. I'll be happy for that. First and foremost, the most important thing or advice that I'll give you about money is the need for budgeting. When I talk about budgeting, I'm talking about you knowing your income, you knowing your expenditure in total. In terms of income, obviously, most of us, I don't know whether you're working as a locum or you're working as a permanent employee where you get paid every month. People who are locum, they do get paid every week. I don't know about that, but you need to make sure that you've got a budget going on, a budget which will allow you to track your spending, a budget that will allow you to know exactly what's coming in. You might actually be getting possibly paid per month or paid per week, but you also have other extra income that you do from other things that you do, which might bring some income, but you need to bring all that together and be able to know, okay, if I'm getting 5,000, I'm just giving an example, I'm not saying that's what you might be earning. If you are getting like 5,000, what exactly is my expenditure per month in terms of paying your rentals or paying your mortgage, paying your bills and everything else, your commitments back home, especially us from Africa. We have got another tax that we pay, which doesn't go to His Majesty's government, but also goes back to Africa. How much are you paying in terms of supporting your family, friends back home? You need to have a budget that you can work with that will actually help you to keep or to keep track of all your spending as well. So you need to develop what I would say a detailed budget to track your income and expenses, which will help you in understanding exactly where money is going, where you need to be reducing in terms of your expenditure, and also enables you to make financially wise decisions. Remember, the video today is 10 advice points about money and being financially wise. So that's point number one. Point number two, you need to actually have what I would call an emergency fund. So in terms of an emergency fund, don't think about putting 500 straight away out, on the side, but put a budget of say £50 every month or £100 every month that you can put aside. It could be £20 every month that you can put aside, but in an emergency you've got somewhere to start from. Before you can ask friends and colleagues, you've got something that you can start from. For example, if you don't have an emergency fund, or if you have an emergency fund and you actually find that you need to send your mom or your parents back home about 200 quid, and you've got 150 in your emergency fund, you know very well that you are not going to be looking for £200, but you'll be looking for £50. I'm just giving an example. So it's important to make sure that you prioritize building an emergency fund and to cover yourself in unexpected expenses. It may not necessarily about sending money back home, but it might be an emergency in terms of your car broke down. You need your car in your everyday work. You need to make sure that you've got an emergency fund. So you need to make sure that you've got some savings going on. The other way is to make sure that you aim for 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses to provide a financial safety net if something happens. For example, if you're working as a locum, you might end up today being given 2 weeks notice. What do you do if you haven't found another job in those 2 weeks? It's possible. Believe me, there are people who might stay almost a month without getting a job. So you need to make sure that you can cushion yourself when it comes to that situation. So by rule of thumb, some people, I posted another short previously where it was highlighting that it's important for you to be putting like 20% of your earnings aside straight away. Some people do put 10% aside straight away in terms of savings, but it's something that you need to think about. Point number 3 is professional development. Invest in continuous learning and professional development to make sure that you enhance your skills. Even though you might be a social worker, you need to invest yourself in terms of your CPD, in terms of a continuous professional development, so that you don't restrict yourself to social work only. You are able to do other things that you might be able to bring some extra income as well. By making sure that you professionally develop yourself, you might be able to aim higher for in a higher position, which might bring more income. I'm not going to explain much. I think it's self-explanatory in regards to that. If you are struggling in terms of debt management, you should be able to enter into debt management and be mindful of how debt works and work towards paying off the high interest debts. And you will need to pay it off systematically if possible. The high interest debt, you start working with those ones and then go down the line, list them down in terms of what you're owing and everything. If it doesn't work, be able to be humble enough to approach, organizations that can help you to manage your debt. There are, many things that they can support you with in making sure that you manage your debt. Saving goals. I'm not going to explain much about this one, saving goals, because I think it's quite clear, and I spoke about it also when I spoke about an emergency fund. Making sure that you have got saving goals for short-term as well as long-term needs. It could be education, it could be home ownership, it could be retirement, it could be holidays, it could be whatever you want to save on. Consistent saving, even small amounts, can make a significant impact over time. For example, if you save £100 every month, by the end of the year you've got 1,200. Just imagine. So if you save 200 every month, by the end of the year you've got £2,400, just like that. So be in the habit of putting some money aside. Point number 6, which is also very, very important, even though we live in England where there is NHS, healthcare is free at the point of use, but it's important for you to have insurance coverage, to make sure that you've got adequate insurance coverage for your health, for your life, and as well as for your disability. Anything can happen anytime, and you'll be in a situation where you may need to make sure that you have got some coverage to cushion yourself in times of need, so to speak. It safeguards you against unforeseen circumstances which might happen to each and every one of us at any point. It actually prevents some financial setbacks. Remember, you would have accustomed your children to a certain lifestyle or to a certain level of living that you may not be able to afford at that point when the time comes. So you need to make sure that you can cushion yourself. Remember, coverage for health, life, as well as disability, cover against disability or cover against non-income at some point. And then point number 7, you need to develop good negotiation skills. Yes, good negotiation skills when it comes to money. You need to hone good negotiation skills to make sure that when you are applying for jobs, you need to negotiate a better rate. If you're working as a locum, you need to negotiate a better salary if you're working as a permanent, to make sure that your take home might be something that you can actually be comfortable with. And remember, when your negotiation skills, be mindful of how HMRC taxes people when it's above a certain threshold, for example 50,000. So you need to be mindful about all those things as well. So this is not only to do with salary, but also about benefits if you are working as a permanent, more especially. It's essential for your own financial well-being, so you need to think about that. And point number 8, think about community resources. Before you can commit your own funds, what is it that you can gain from the community? What is it that you can gain cheaper before you go to Argos or before you go to that shop to buy that expensive thing? Is there any way you can get that thing cheaper so that you can save some money, for yourself? You need to be aware of that. And there are other community support services or resources which are free, where you don't necessarily need to be paying. So whenever you're doing even activities with your children, for example, think about the free activities that you can do before you think about those that you can pay, because you can save yourself a little bit of money, making sure that you've got financial relief in times of need, so to speak. And then point number 9, think about self-care, because it's important for you to prioritize your self-care and ensure that you manage stress. And financial well-being, is always interconnected to your own well-being as well. So connected to your mental health as well. So you need to know that maintaining a health work-life balance is of paramount importance in everything that you do. And then point number 10, which is our final point, seek financial advice when it comes to investing. Seek financial advice when it comes to things like mortgages and stuff like that, so that you get the best deal out there. And use professionals in that field, whether it's your side hustle that you are doing. Think of accountants who can help you to keep your books up to shape and all that. And this will also help you to gain some insights on how HMRC works, tax codes and stuff, all these things like that. And also helps you in terms of, financial planning and all that. Last but not least, I say financial wisdom is a journey. Remember, small steps, consistent steps helps you either way, and it can also lead you some significant improvements over time. So with those few words, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit that like button, and also hit that notification bell, so that when I post, you'll be the first person to know, and you'll be able to comment and watch, share, and talk about these topics. Thank you so much.